Hello, welcome to the Mandela Effect equals knowledge. My name is Dale DuFay. Here's a good article in NASA magazine about the Milky Way galaxy, and they found a break in the arm, the Sagittarius arm, which is, basically the Sagittarius and Orion inner arm are one of the same. They have such a difficult time understanding the galaxy because they're very close to the galactic center here, and by they I mean astrophysicists and astronomers and people like that are interested in the Milky Way galaxy. It's such a dim view this close because literally it's a blind spot that's created by this galactic center. And here it shows our solar system close to the Orion arm here. And then they see this break at 4,000 light years away in the Sagittarius arm. And they're just confused by it. I mean, as far as if you read through this article, I'll leave a link in the bottom. But it's amazing is they just don't have any idea what the galaxy really looks like. And they admit that it's because they are so close to the galactic center here. They're totally oblivious to the fact that they have replica versions of themselves that have been sharing their soul since the day they were born, that are on the outer reaches of the galaxy. Out on the outer reach of Sagittarius arm, we know that for sure because that's where many of us originated. Our soul portions, that is, that we'll always have. But they, in this article, they admit that there's very little they can get from. They think that there's literally only like four galactic arms. You know, the Norma, the Perseus, the Sagittarius. They're not even. I mean, it's so amazing as they just don't have any idea. But yet their counterparts do. They're sharing their souls. They're constantly connected to the counterparts that were born the same day they were, studying the same Milky Way galaxy as they are, that have a much better view of the galaxy. Now, I know that there's at least seven arms, major arms, in the galaxy. And I remember being, and still there, just oblivious to it. You don't know what you're doing out there other than the same thing you're doing here. But there's, the Sagittarius arm is one of the major arms, and it's 75,000 light years from here. It's literally like here's the sun in this reality. It's literally straight across the galactic center out here. This is the Sagittarius arm if you were to follow it through, if you were to get a full picture of this. But they, they're starting to realize that, as far as they know, the outer reaches of the galaxy is not even habitable. But that's funny. Their counterparts out there in those realities are saying the same thing about in here, that it's totally would not be able to be habitable in here. It's too close to the galactic center. But yet, the Mandela Effect's revealing that the entire Milky Way galaxy is habitable, and that's what's really amazing about this whole thing is what the Mandela Effect is teaching us. Now, if we go into a little bit about like I was watching something earlier about the age of Aquarius. Let me switch to Google Earth here just for something to look at while I'm talking about this. The age of Aquarius. Now that's supposed to be the year of the, or the age where it's more enlightenment and everything. It's the golden age. It was tens of thousands, thousands of years ago when it was the age of Aquarius. Before, I'm right here on this Nevada site, which I'm convinced is a pyramid. I mean, look at you go out 50 miles, and you can't see, where it is unless you pinpoint it, and then it sticks out like a sore thumb. I believe this to be a pyramid. I didn't mean to digress here, but this thing interests me big time. Let me true it up north. But see now, it's not like any other feature around whatsoever. There's mining operations and material from them, all those mines over the many, or almost 200 years that are all around this area, and you can't see them anywhere. But this, what I believe to be a pyramid structure, sticks out like a sore thumb. And that's a whole different video. I mean, but look at that thing. That's crazy. And again, there's mining operations. This isn't going to be byproducts from the mining operations. Operations. There's no way. It's too massive. It's on a flat plane. They wouldn't take slew, material. Here's one here. They actually dump it and fill it in ravines. They're not going to take it and truck it and start building a huge mountain, artificial mountain with it. It would cost too much. So this is something that's not has anything to do with the mining operations, but it's definitely artificial. So again, that's another video. I didn't mean to digress, but I mean that thing just totally interests me big time. But getting to the age of Aquarius now, it's they still don't even really know when it begins. It's when it started really. It's obviously when the zodiac sign appears in the horizon during sunrise in the spring equinox, and it is Aquarius. It's the very beginning of it, but the ages last for hundreds of years, and it's really fascinating. So the description of Aquarius, the age of Aquarius, the first thing I think of is, wow, that's exactly when the Mandela Effect occurred. Of course, it's been occurring for decades in some cases with certain people, but I'm talking about on such a large scale as it has recently. And what is the Mandela Effect? And and everybody who knows me, knows the answer to that as far as what I'm going to say, which is definitely the Mandela Effect is revealing remarkable things about creation and life, and that's to the point where it's it couldn't be told. It couldn't even if God himself came and tried to describe it to you, it would be difficult to understand. You have to experience it, and that's exactly what the Mandela Effect's doing. It's allowing us to experience what life and creation has always been about. So to me, the first thing I think of is in the age of enlightenment, the age of Aquarius, is what the Mandela Effect's revealing. It's starting off with that. It's revealing, how our consciousness is quantumly entangled with other portions of your consciousness throughout the entire Milky Way galaxy. I mean, it's remarkable what that, the knowledge of that, it just enlightens, makes you think differently about everything. Knowing you have replica versions of yourself doing exactly what you're doing, and and you're doing exactly what they're doing on a, quantum level. I mean, it's just revealing just remarkable things. So that's the first thing I think of as, wow, the Mandela Effect is the very start of the age of Aquarius, the age of enlightenment. So hopefully this, and I was just even reading an article recently that astronomers and astrophysicists think it'll be 2 to 3 years when they start understanding that there is indeed life on those exoplanets they're finding on a daily basis. Now, of course, you and I know, especially if you buy into this theory, that we have this parallel existence on a multitude of Earths all in one dimension, where distance separates our realities. When you buy into that, then you're going to, of course, they're going to find out there's other life on those exoplanets, but wait till they find out those exoplanets are Earths with them on it. Now, whether they're going to tell us about it, I don't know, or whether they even know about it now. I heard a few years ago that there was a released document. I haven't searched for it yet or anything, but I think from one of the agencies, CIA, FBI, one of them, where they released it, and it did state that that's a known, to them it's a known fact, a foregone conclusion that this reality exists. This reality where we have multiple realities, all in the same dimension. And that's what's really remarkable about what the Mandela Effect's revealing. By understanding that, then all of a sudden all these answers come, questions you've had your whole life are right there in front of us. And that's what the Mandela Effect's supposed to be doing. So that's, what do the Mandela Effect and the age of Aquarius have in common? So again, it's kind of in dispute when the age of Aquarius started. Some say it was, I just watched the Ancient Aliens program today from 2019, that stated that it's happened like in the 60s. And then you hear that it's happened last year, or it's going to happen, or it happened this past spring, or they just don't know. It's just, it seemed like humanity lost track of that, even though it obviously was very important to our ancestors. But the thing is it probably came upon us the minute the Mandela Effect did, in its grand scale that it has now, to where millions of people are affected by this. And it's important to keep in mind that even though most people, maybe 99% of the population, are not experiencing the Mandela Effect, it doesn't mean that they're not experiencing a parallel life on a multitude of Earths. They are. All life is. It's just that they're not being shown this. Now, why we're being shown something and given all this incredible knowledge, I don't know. It's really, to me, I feel like the Mandela Effect has given us this incredible knowledge, and that we can't even talk about. You can't even share it. I'd love nothing better than to go to one of those astrophysicists that discovered that break in the Sagittarius arm in the Milky Way galaxy, some 4,000 light years from this point where this solar system is, and tell them that they're existing in realities at this very moment that are some 70,000 light years away, maybe more, in some cases less, of course. We know there's multiple realities in this sector of the galaxy where we all exist. But it would be just so incredible to be able to give them all the answers that they've been looking for. But there's no way that that's going to happen, because we don't have the credentials, even though by experiencing the Mandela Effect we have more knowledge about the Milky Way galaxy than they ever will, or ever will be taught. Just like we have more spiritual knowledge than the Pope, just by experiencing the Mandela Effect. We know that our consciousness goes well beyond what we've ever been told by any theocratic organization. Now it's definitely, to me, the age of Aquarius and the Mandela Effect go hand in hand. So hopefully this will be the beginning, and hopefully when they do find out those exoplanets are Earths with realities with us there, then they'll tell us. It'll be very enlightening, be able to understand more, realize just how incredible we human beings really are, and our consciousness is, and maybe things will get better. That'd be great. But that's what the Age of Aquarius is supposed to be doing. So I see a connection there, I really do. So I thank you for watching, and we'll talk at you later. Love you.